Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Hello farmers, welcome back to Ravenport. Here we are by field 7. The field full of green cash. Or green grass. It's ready for harvest apparently. At least that's what it says when we're in the field, ready for harvest. That's what our map tells us, ready for harvest. I got a little weed here and there that apparently I missed. Not a big deal for us. So, how am I gonna approach this? Well, we need some hay. So what I thought about, actually, between episodes, is if you remember, I did make a little bit of silage before. We cut the grass around the field, and we got like 93,000 liters. So, I think what we're going to start with, we're going to start off in the Big M ourselves. We're going to cut the grass around the field ourselves first, so we don't get any more crop destruction around the field. And yeah, we're just going to cut the grass around the field, not put it in a swath. We're going to kind of like spread it out so we can ted it. And then we'll windrow it and we'll collect some hay for the horses. But after we get done cutting it with the Big M, get done cutting around the field, then we'll hopefully, I'm hoping I can put a worker on the Big M in the field. I think that was only a problem in 15 where you couldn't hire someone to mow. I don't know. I can't remember. Yeah, so we'll hire a worker to mow the grass in the field and put that into a swath. And we'll pick that up with our new loading wagon and put that in the BGA that we do own, of course. And maybe in between, or I think I will wait until we get done cutting the field because this Big M cuts the grass fast. And I don't think I'm going to be able to keep up with the Big M. And yeah, I'm going to have to I think what we'll do is we'll definitely get the field done first, pick up the grass, get it in the BGA. I'll compact it, get it covered as soon as possible. So it's ready as soon as possible, which I think is my old mindset talking there because it doesn't really matter. The silage won't be ready until tomorrow, and I can dump the silage all day in tomorrow. And with 19 now, you don't get paid as you dump the silage. You get paid at midnight. So, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. The silage will be ready tomorrow as long as we sell it tomorrow. As long as the price goes up. Because last time we looked in the last episode, the price of silage was not the best here. If we look, yeah, I mean, it's $3.60. Yeah, it kind of sucks, but we'll see what the price is. You know, price will be different tomorrow. Hopefully for the better. But we do need some hay for the horses. The horses are fine for a few days, but we need a stock inventory, right? So here is our Krone Big M 450. Let's fire up this bad boy. I'm going to change the cameras while I'm in here because it's going to go to the rear and then to this one here. I better turn on this HUD here because I don't know what work mode it's in. But wait until we get outside the door before we put it down. So right now, am I going to hit that trailer? I probably will because that's just the way my day's been going. There we go. Also lower it. So right now it's in wide spreading, right? It should be. It should be. Yes, it is. So we're all set. So we are going to mow around the field and the yard. I can turn that off now. But this thing just hums along, so it's not going to take us long to mow around the field. And really, it's not going to take long for this guy to mow the field either. And we'll be in the John Deere with our new loading wagon that can hold 70,000 liters of grass, chaff, whatever. Well, I shouldn't say whatever. The typical stuff a loading wagon can pick up. Like I said, last time I got around 90,000 liters. I should get more this time because last time we had to wait until we harvested the field to get enough money to buy the Big M. So I had crop destruction all around the field from the harvester going around and doing his thing and me unloading the harvester and yeah, all that good stuff. But hopefully we're going to turn all this into hay. Get some horses. We'll go feed the horses enough hay as we can, and we'll put the rest in storage in our barn that we bought for 90 grand. So that's going to come in kind of handy. This thing moves right along, I'll tell you that. I'm trying to remember the one I had in 17. I think that mowed at like 12 or 16 miles an hour. I can't remember. This is going 20. So I mean, it's a lot faster. Faster is not always good, but I'm enjoying this right now. Because I remember in the Pacific Northwest, man, it took me a long time to cut and do all that fun stuff that you do when you want to do silage. I don't really need to cut all the grass here. I mean, I could. There's plenty of grass here. But really, I really want to get started on getting some silage going. I'll try not to run over that grass there. Maybe we'll do it later, after we pick up this grass here. Because I got 2 bays I could always use for silage. And I don't want to say I don't really want to get the field, because I really want to get as much silage as we can, because we need cash. We got a max loan out, and that 34 grand that we have, that's all I can gather up right now. Because I've been spending like crazy the last few days. This farm hasn't profited a penny. I mean, we've made some money, yes, but we spend it the second we got it for new equipment. Bigger and better things. So yeah, I just need to cut the grass around the field, then we can let it sit here. And every time I do that, I always think back when I first started playing Farming Sim. I got 13 rather late, and the first time I cut grass and wanted to get hay, I did it like I see farmers do in real life. So I let the grass sit in the field for a couple days. I'm like, well, the sun's beating on it. How come that's not hay? Yeah, you got to buy a tedder and actually do it. So just because it's a sunny day doesn't mean your grass is going to dry on its own and turn to hay. Make sure I get all the grass here as well, because the mower was on there's a bit of a knoll there. Maybe it looks like the mower can't really get the grass there. It's having some difficulties, as it should. I was trying to think, why is it getting clumpy over there? Then I realized the mower was probably cutting grass, but it can't unload there because maybe I don't really own that close to the road. So it's like, you don't own the land, you can't dump here, but you can cut the grass apparently. So it looks like about one more trip around the field just to try to get around the edges. And really, this should be enough grass to feed our horses, the horses that we have, until we're ready to sell them. But we got to keep stockpiling it. But really, this grass is going to grow every 2 days, and we should get enough hay to feed our horses for at least, it used to be 6 days. It doesn't tell you anymore when you feed the animals how many days the animals are good for. It just says they have enough, thank you. And you're like, yeah, but is it for the 6 days or what? And I can already tell. I remember doing the field before, mowing around it. I should have more than 90,000 liters here. And I do hope that silage price goes up, because I do want to get some money. I am really looking for getting a new harvester. We've been using the Bison for, well, this is episode 25, I'm thinking. I hope I'm right there. Yeah, so we've been using the Bison since day one, and harvesting some, well, we only got really one big field that it has to harvest. So, yeah, but it's time to get a new harvester to make that job fat. I'd be harvesting that field over there, because the harvester we're going to get, you know, it's not going to take me long to harvest it. And no, I'm not going with some ridiculous header width. I know I've already seen some ridiculous things out there, but you know what? Everyone likes to play the game differently, but I don't need a 100-foot header to do my fields. I don't mind being unrealistic in some areas, but trying to be realistic in other areas. I remember in 17 I tried a corn header for chaff, that was so wide, and I was like, oh, this field used to take me like 40 minutes to do, and I was doing the field in like 3 minutes. That's how big the header was. Yep, my old mindset from 17 is still there. I'm thinking, yep, we got to get that, got to get that grass in the BGA. Need to compact it quick. Let's cover it up quick, so we can sell it as soon as possible tomorrow. And I'm like, well, I could sell it at 6 a.m. tomorrow. That doesn't matter. You're not going to get the money until midnight, which kind of sucks because right at midnight is I would love to pay off some of that loan, and I have such a high interest rate, but that's fine. But start placing your bids on how many liters of grass we're going to get out of this field. Basically, no weeds. Doesn't need to be plowed. It's been limed. Doesn't need lime, and it's got both stages of fertilization in it, so it should be at 100%. I don't even want to take a guess because I won't even be close. I have no way of knowing. But there we go. We got our quote-unquote hay at the end of the field. Now, what does this field shape actually look like? I think, you know what? It'd be better if I go in this mode here. Yeah, as long as I just start down, I can start in this side and just work this way. That's the best way. I've been finding workers in this on this field here. It's better to go east to west. So turn that off, so at least we'll get down here at a little bit faster pace. Now I realize with a loading wagon, when I go around, I may pick up some of this grass that's out here, and that's fine. Because almost every 2 days, this grass should be grown again, I would assume. Now what I'm really curious is, after we mow this, or the field has been mowed, does it keep one stage of fertilization like it did in 17, or how's it going to work? I don't know. First of all, can I hire a worker? Oh, happy to... No, wait. No, you're fired, you're fired. You're fine. I did not want to have to pick up the grass that way. F1. Hey, yeah, let's get this swath dropping, left swath, right swath, widespread swath dropping, yes. Sorry, dude, you're hired again. That was totally my fault. Yes, sir, I like that better. So I don't want to say give him a head start because I think he's going to kick my butt anyways. So this is our loading wagon. It's the mod... Ow, that hurt. Those little spikes just got me right into the back. One of them almost went in my butt. This is the loading wagon mod from Stevie. This will hold 90,000 liters. And I think I went with the Michelin tires, did I not? I do believe so. Yes, I did. The Michelin tires on it. And yes, I went with orange and yellow. Deal with it. Don't ask me why. I just figured I would. So now I don't have to worry about the crops too much. Damaging them. But now we got a little bit extra hay in the field, but that's fine. Now the fun part is going to be, I think, when we get all this grass into the BGA and then I have to compact it. That could be the good times that we have. And look who's already coming back for more. So I do want to look at the map while he's doing his thing and the game saves. That's fine. I have to turn on grass. So now the whole map looks nice and green. Okay, doesn't show. Okay, that's weird. It shows it as it shows it as it's been harvested. So I'm wondering, am I gonna have to reseed grass in the field? Look at that. It's keeping a stage of fertilization. It is showing a stage of fertilization, so I won't have to fertilize it again. It says, fruit type grass, growth harvested. Well, maybe if we give it some more time during the day, it'll show that it's actually growing. But I am seeing that, you can see it's keeping one stage of fertilization. It doesn't need lime. It doesn't need to be plowed either at the moment. So, yeah, we'll have to look into that further later in the day. Maybe after the uncompacting, we'll see if the grass is growing or something. I don't know. But yes, time to use Stevie's mod and start getting some grass to the BGA. Let's lower this down. Turn it on. I was ready to say, there better be some grass starting to go in there, or else I'm going to cry. Oh wow, this John Deere is hauling butt. This thing, 18 miles an hour. He's mowing at 20. We're going to have this field picked up in no time at this rate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get started on picking this up. And maybe I'll bring it back closer to the end of harvesting this field. But just to give you an idea, after one pass, looks like we're going to have about 14,000. Oh, I can't make that kind of a turn. We'll have to get used to this. So I may have to skip a row. I'm trying to save some of our grass on the sides there, but yep, I'll bring you back a little bit later on, and we'll see how much grass we got. And yeah, that grass will turn to silage eventually. But I'll see you. I don't think it's going to take too long. We're in real time, so it's 8:15 in the morning. So I don't know. I'm guessing 20, 30 minutes, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I'll stop jabbering. I'll see you in a bit. Well, farmers, it's been just about, 17, 18 minutes? It was like 8:14 when we started, so yeah, just almost 20 minutes. The Big M has just finished mowing the field. As you can see, if you can do the math, this is my fourth load to the BGA. And you can see I've dumped off 3 loads. This is our fourth load at 90,000 liters per. So I was kind of hoping to get 500,000 out of this, but that is not going to happen, which is fine. We will learn all together how much we can get out of this field. But I mean, really, 20 minutes. And the reason why I said I'm not going to get 500,000 because I've been keeping up with the Big M pretty well. This John Deere, of course, it helps that your loading wagon picks up your forage off the ground at a good speed. So yeah, that's been very helpful. But I've been keeping up with them, and of course we're right next to the BGA, so I don't have far to go for toting this stuff around. It's right there. But I got about 4 swaths rows to pick up now, so, and that last row is not going to have much in it. So yeah, we're going to come up just shy of 500,000. Well, I shouldn't say just shy of 500,000. It's going to be like 400 and maybe like 30,000 liters, hopefully. Yeah, we'll say 430. That's what I'm going to go with, and hopefully we can get there. And then we'll start compacting it. I don't know how hard it is going to be to compact it. I know there's levelers in the store. I tried using those in 17. I sucked at it in 17. Courseplay did pretty well with it. Courseplay was really good with the leveler, I should say, for the most part. I had a nice system on, what map was I playing on? It wasn't the Pacific Northwest. It'll come to me. Was that on the Pacific Northwest where I used the leveler? No, I didn't use the leveler on the Pacific Northwest. I did the wheel loader. Did the leveling for us on the Pacific. Well, it doesn't matter. I did use Courseplay, and Courseplay did pretty well leveling out. The leveler, I don't quite get it. Well, I get it. I don't get I don't use it well. So what I'm saying is I don't want to use a leveler. I'll just run over it with a tractor and maybe this loading wagon. If we can. Hopefully we don't get stuck. But I'll make sure everything's out of the loading wagon. If you got to reset the loading wagon, anything in it, I haven't had to reset nothing in 19 yet, but usually if there's stuff inside your trailer or whatever, if you reset, you don't get it to take it with you. But that was rather quick, 20 minutes really to cut and pick up the grass in this field. Alright, so I'm on 22 minutes, sue me. Yeah, but that's still pretty darn quick. I will take that. So even if it was like the field in the Pacific Northwest, we were getting like 900,000 liters, so that field, I was getting like double off that field. So to cut it and pick up the grass, it'd still be under an hour, which is great. But I think it has all to do with this loading wagon right here at the rate of speed that we were picking grass up. So now the fun part. I will turn on the HUD display, because that's going to tell us a lot of info that we need to have. So 36,000. Oh yeah, 36,000. Oh wow, that'd be a disappointment. 360,000. Well, we ended up with just over 400,000 liters. So, yeah, not quite what I was hoping for. So really, what can we expect out of this? Well, if the price gets up to 500,000, that means, yeah, we'll get like 200 grand from that. But we're going to get it like every 2 days. So, unless I get a lot of money from elsewhere for a while, I won't be buying a harvester in a couple days. Yeah, I got to keep that HUD on because I can't see exactly how we're compacting. I don't know if it's going to be better with the loading wagon on the John Deere or what. Obviously something with dually wheels and wheel weights. I don't think I have wheel weights or anything on this John Deere. Not that I could really afford it at this point. I think I'm actually going to drop off the trailer. I think it's going to be more of a nuisance trying to go backwards and forwards. Plus I can zoom in a little bit. The good news is it looks like I spread it out well enough to where I don't seem like I'm going to get stuck anywhere. He says just as he gets stuck. So let me get working on this for a little bit. Yeah, I know in 17 I would have got stuck there, I think. So I think they worked on this so we don't get stuck as easily. I would assume you still can get stuck. But I don't seem to be getting... I thought I was going to be stuck by now for sure. But hey, I'm already at 18%, so that's not too bad. And it seems like it's loading out pretty well. I'm scratching my paint job, but that's fine. We'll just repair it for like 800 bucks and it's fine, right? So, yes, let me get compacting this for a little bit. And, yeah, I'll bring it back. We'll cover it up. Then we got to make some hay for the horses. And do some other stuff around the farm. But, yeah, I'll see you in a bit. We are almost there. Almost there. I think it's taking me just as long to do this as it did to... Well, I didn't mow the field, but... to mow it and load it into the wagon and bring it over here. But I will say, I haven't even gotten close to being stuck once. Not even once. Not even a hint of, whoops, there's something there. No, just going back and forth, not stuck once. Being lucky, maybe, I don't know, or... Since this is my first time doing a silage pit on 19, I don't know if it is that much better. They improved on it so you don't get stuck as often. Ooh, we're 100%. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Course play would be very helpful there. That'd be something I wouldn't have to do. Oh, look at that. It's already 1% fermented. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. So... I think what I really want to do is wait until the price of the silage is decent. I would like to see 500 plus, but you know, I'd also like a golden toilet and have $1 trillion in the bank account. So, yeah, I like I said, you know, at least 500 would be great. But we'll see what the price is tomorrow. Okay, so now I gotta park this. Dump that off there. So now we gotta tend the grass that we mowed. Actually, what I should do is, well, save the game. That would be very useful. So it does keep one stage of fertilization, which I would assume that field is weird. Anyways, yeah, I would assume this grass is going to regrow, even though if we go to this page here, it says harvested. I'm pretty sure in a few hours' time, it'll probably just say growing. Be my guess. Ooh, you got dirty. But since it's not in a growing stage, I guess we can drive over it and there won't be no crop destruction. Give this a good wash. We'll put it away for now. In a couple days we can make more hay and more silage. All that fun stuff. And eventually this will become very useful for when we have our cows. Not the flashlight, I want the pressure washer. Cows are expensive to get into. That's why it's kind of like the last, well, the pigs will be the last one I get involved in. But, yeah, cows are rather expensive for all this stuff. To do them right, I should say. Yes, you can just, you know, plop down the cheap cow pen, give them water and maybe some straw and a little bit of grass, and maybe you're fine with that. But I want to be set up for cows before I jump into cows. Actually, you know what? The backup camera might be best on this. Although I never used the backup camera, so this is going to be very weird. Actually, that worked pretty well, I think. Not too bad. Close that door. Where's the tedder? Right? Yeah, that's the tedder. I am glad. At first, when I put down this garage, I'm like, I don't really need 6 bays right off, but maybe in the future I will. And here we are a couple days later, and this garage has pretty much got everything. So yes, it was I'm very glad I went and did that. Let's unfold that. We'll get to tending the grass so it instantly turns to hay. Then we'll windrow it. There we go. So let's go and get this hay for the horses and pick it up. hopefully you enjoyed that little time lapse of tedding and windrowing around the grass field. Now we get to see how much hay we actually did make. I would assume it'd be, still in the same area of 90,000. Only because when I was picking up grass in the grass field itself, obviously when I was making circles to get the different swaths, I was going around this area as well. So I was picking up that grass that was on the edge of the field. So I did take some from that, but I didn't really have much of a crop destruction going on. So yeah, still around 90,000 I would think. And I decided not to go and feed the horses just yet because the horses have enough hay for a few days at least. So I don't want to run all the way over there just to give them like 20,000 liters of the 90,000 fold trailer that I hope to have here soon. So basically what I'm thinking is we'll just wait until the horses are just about down out of hay. Then I can fill up this trailer here. Head on over and go over with 90,000 liters and give them what they need. I don't know if they're going to take a full 90,000, but I was curious. There was some grass in that pile. Did it pick up the grass and change it to hay? Looks like it did. And I've been kind of keeping an eye on the grass field. I did speed up time a little bit, so that's why we're close to 1 o'clock in the afternoon. There's a couple things I want to test out with it now. Although it said it was harvested, I will check it when we get done picking up the hay here. I want to see if I can fertilize it right away, or do I have to wait for it to hit the first growth stage? That is my question. Well, first we got to see if it will grow back. I assume it would. But you know what happens when you assume. It would be weird to have to plant grass back on a field that looks like it's got grass growing in it. So by making one pass around the field, we're going to be at 70,000 liters. And I got to make a couple passes, so we did get quite a bit of hay. And I do want to kind of store some. I can store up to 250,000 liters in this barn. Because, I mean, I could also give the hay to the sheep, which will save us from taking some of the grass from the field and having to feed the sheep that way. Although I still got tons of bales for the sheep down there. And eventually when we get moo cows, they will require some hay as well. So yeah, it looks like we're going to fill up our trailer pretty soon here. Really? 54,000? Oh yeah, 54,000 liters left. There we go. I will stay off the field just in case, but since I got a moment, plus he'll save it. So this like it's still showing as being harvested. Doesn't say it's growing. But it just does show one stage of fertilization. I don't know if you saw in the time lapse, but this field switched over to be ready for harvest as I was going around. Yeah, so I'm curious to see if that's going to switch over at all. I guess I can go down and look at the sheep because this grass has started to regrow. But it even shows all the grass around the edge of the field here. See, this is not actually in the field that we're in. It shows that as harvested. So I'm sure it'll switch over. It's only been like a couple hours, so it may take like maybe 5 or 6 hours in game before it switches over. Now this barn that we're ready to dump this hay into was a thing in 17. I never used it. So, what side is the pickup? I would assume this is the pickup side. Hey, I found it. Yeah, little hay joke there. I do like the unload speed of this as well, this loading wagon. 90,000 liters, it's like 10,000 liters a second, pretty much. And I don't know who the doofus was that parked this artificial fertilizer spreader right at one of the entry points into the BGA, but I don't know what he was thinking. So maybe I'll get 2 full trailers out of this. And as we know, about 90,000 liters should feed the horses for one go around, whichever how long that is. And then the next day in the in-game day on the farm should be a busy one because the silage should be ready and our fields will be ready as well for harvesting. Our grass field, on the other hand, will be hopefully regrowing its grass. Since it's showing us harvested, I should have no problem going in the field because I'm not going to destroy anything. Oop, might as well get all this right here. I see all that's probably like 200, well maybe not even 200 liters of hay. It will be interesting though when Seasons comes out. I think when Seasons comes out though, I'm going to have to wait until I start playing on a new map. Sometimes when you try to bring in Seasons into a when you start a play on a map, if you try to bring it in halfway through, it can kind of sometimes screw things over a little bit for a while. I know there's a lot of maps out there, but a lot of the maps that you're seeing with different names are just Ravenport and Felsburn just redone over a little bit. There are some really just some, I know some people have made some just pure flat maps with big fields or a little twist out like that, but really detailed maps, I don't think anything like that has really come out just yet. Hasn't even been a month yet, but some people are already looking for maps. Actually, some people were looking for maps 2 days after release of Fest 19. I think we should get pretty close to another full trailer out of this, hopefully. Well, apparently there's a great demand at the ranch, which does us no good because I have absolutely nothing to give them. I mean, I suppose I have some wheat, but not really, as we need that for the chickens. Although those 2 wheat fields should be ready tomorrow. So, I mean, if it is wheat and it's a good price, maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I don't know. So let's see what's the deal here. We'll just look at it. The thing is, it doesn't tell you in 19. It says great demand at where it's at, but it doesn't tell you what they're looking for. So they're looking for oats. Actually, that's a better price of oats than I remember seeing. I know they did some, in this patch, they did some economy changes to some things. I thought oats was down around 500 before, but now I'm seeing prices of like 1,500 right now. That's better than I remember seeing. I wasn't really paying too much attention at the beginning because I didn't have oats, and any oats I had, I was saving for a while. Then we sold some because we were trying to get money to buy something. I'm always buying something to a point. I'm just making a trip around the field to see if I've missed anything big. I can even pick up like grass patches now, and that will be considered as hay when it loads it in. Because I got more hay than grass in here. There, so we got about 160,000 liters. Actually, I don't think I even got this even turned on. No, I don't. So I wasn't picking up nothing. Oh man, that's great. Yeah, Peanut at his best. So we still end up with 160,000 liters of hay, which is good for the horses for at least until we buy new horses again. And the sheep are fine for a while. I do have that turned. No, forage wagon is on. I should know that because if you look at the upper left hand corner, when the machine's on, it turns it orange. If it's off, it's white. But I did not know that the pickup was up. I thought it was down. So I need to park some of this stuff away. We're done with the loading wagon until tomorrow. It'll be needed at the chicken farm because we got oats and wheat, and we're going to have tons of straw. Well, I shouldn't say tons of straw. For this loading wagon, it could be just one trip. The other loading wagon was a few trips. Alright, so let me get out of here. And we got to do this. Almost everywhere. Everything's closed up. Now, by looking at the soil composition, I don't think I could, I almost said seed. I don't think I can fertilize right away. And we're going to be able to tell quickly. But I do want to test it. Because I'd rather fertilize it, get the second fertilizing stage on now rather than wait. No, I can fertilize now. Well, I'm going to fertilize this field in the John Deere. And get this, I don't want to say get it over with, but get it fertilized for... Because I don't need narrow tires because it's not really turned yet. It's not going to take me too long to fertilize it either. So let me fertilize this. I'll see you in a bit and we'll wrap up the episode. Looks like I got this field just about perfect this time on the width of the spreader. But I think right here it may be a bit of a stretch to get both sides. Yeah. Just a little bit on both sides. That's fine though. Sounds like I'm leaving a huge spot. But what this means now for us in the future, every time we cut this field, we can fertilize it right away with no crop destructions. So when we get enough digestate from the BGA, we can get one of those tanks and spread the slurry on it. Well, it's not slurry, it's digestate right on the field. Yeah, I'll turn you off. I don't need you for a while, I don't think. So yeah, the other thing I wanted to see, because we did sell some silage, I did see some other people talking about the BGA on some videos, and I was wondering if they fixed to where, this is where you get your digestate from. Can we, oh, I don't have the HUD on. Yeah, they were saying there's no way to see how much slurry you have, or digestate. It's not like 17 where you walk up next to it and it's like, hey, we got so much digestate. How much can we hold? Because it looks like these tanks are connected. I wonder how much we can hold. Is there, what the heck is this? Looks like a piece of machinery you can take like an engine out of a vehicle or something. Is there any way, so I don't think there's a way to tell. I mean, they got the meter for the silage, obviously. But remember, you used to be able to climb a ladder up in 17, look down the tank, you can see it, and also it would tell you in the HUD. That's interesting. If you come over here, there's a pipe sticking out of the wall. Right where my circle is, but as you get over to it, it disappears. Same with these pipes right here. It shows them there, then you get like right here, and they did. Okay. Yeah, so there's no way to tell how much digestate you have. Now, I think when you come up with a tanker and start filling it, it may show you. Other than that, I don't see a meter anywhere. Let me just look around for a bit, see if I can find something. Well, I had the runaround. Not for too long, but I couldn't find nothing that displayed how much digestate there was. I mean, I didn't come over here, but, you know, this building's not connected. I don't know if there's... I have no idea why they would not tell us how much... I mean, especially if you own it. If you own the BGA, shouldn't you know kind of what's going on at your own building? Seems kind of strange. I don't know. Can I close? Nope, I can't close my own gates. Alright, be that way. So, we come into our silage pit. It's up to 37%. Actually, let me speed up time to 120. Not for the silage pit itself. I mean, that we know it's going to take a day. But I'm kind of interested to see when is the grass. Still says harvested. So I'm going to give it a little bit of time here. And we'll make sure this grass turns back to growing grass. It's 100% fertilized though. Alright, I'm back to the grass field and we can see it's considered growing, and you can see that it is growing. Maybe you can't. Maybe it's getting a little too dark for you. Turn my light on. The grass field's growing. So I would say, I think it's like 12 hours in between growth stages. So I think we started cutting it at 8:14 and is now 7:30 in the evening. Pretty much. So the grass is growing here. The grass is growing there. So this field is ready to rock and roll in a couple days. Yeah, and of course it's now our silage is probably doing well. I also wanted to bring you over here as well because I don't think I've shown you the garage / shed in the evening hours. It's not quite dark yet. We can make it dark pretty quick, but you can still see how bright it is getting in there. The dog agrees. But it's nice, I don't want to say bright in here, but it's lit up well enough. I actually kind of like it this way. I don't want it where it's, you know, just shiny bright everywhere. Although maybe it should come with some electricity costs, but that's some modder will come up with that one. But I just leave the lights on at all times just because when you're out working in the night or something, you want to see where the garage is, you get your point of reference, it's right there. Bunker silo's done fermenting. What? What? Oh yeah, the HUD. Open silo, it's ready. First thing I want to do is I want to turn this grass off because that's going to drive me nuts. Silage price. This is not moving at all. So I kind of want to try the belt to see if it works out, but not for the price. We'll wait until it's ready because what we're going to sell for that price, we're not going to get enough money to really do what we need to do with it. Although it would be nice to sell it right now and pay off some of the loan, but yeah, I'll bite the bullet and pay another 10 grand on loan interest. Actually, I think it's almost 12 grand now. I don't know. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. I appreciate you watching as always. And I'll see you next time in Ravenport. But until then, have a good one.